he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
What up, boy?
You make me happy. Really? You gonna overtalk me on the fucking first second? Are you serious? Like, you don't know that there's an order to things? Like, I talk, you talk, then we start the show.
Hey, man.
All right, let's try it again. I'm Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
I'm your daddy. No, go ahead. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm restarting the show. No. I won't participate. What's up, man?
Shit.
Thank y'all for joining us on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. I am Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
I'm Terry DeShazo, man. What's going on, bro? 62 home runs, Aaron Judge. That's what we're starting the show off with. You know, this is a good big talk podcast.
Oh, man.
What's up, man?
It's not even the record. I don't even understand why anyone gives a fuck. Like, he beat this other record that nobody cares about. Like, call me when he beats Barry Bonds.
That's never going to happen. No one's ever touching that shit. That's
all right. Well, then I'm not talking about it. Okay? I'll talk about it on this pod when he beats Barry Bonds. Until then, he didn't break no records. That's like the fucking ESPN records. It's like Justin Herbert is the first quarterback to throw 31 touchdowns in the first quarter during his first 17 games.
What the fuck? Yeah, they do stats like that, though. I get that sometimes. But nah. Aaron, I mean, he's got the most home runs in the American League. Which is kind of funny that fucking Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, and Barry Bonds were all in one separate league. And then the American League is just the Yankees and a bunch of shitty teams. But, you know, who cares? They've been talking about that shit all week.
Ichiro Suzuki and Ken Griffey Jr. got to be looking themselves in the mirror right now. Like, if I had just taken a couple more shots.
Definitely.
Hey, but we didn't come here to talk baseball, Terry. There's been a lot that's happened since the last time we talked. We've been in a beef with our podcast promoter. We're finding a new guy who's right for us. But in that time since we last talked, Terry, Tua got 2 concussions. Robert Sarver sold the Suns, who lost to a Lithuanian team in preseason.
Yep.
Barcelona blew their entire season. Ime Udoka got suspended for a year for having an improper sexual relationship with a Celtics staffer. Ben Simmons made a jumper in an NBA game. Freddie Gibbs put out the album of the year. Kid Cudi put out a movie. The Falcons went on a winning streak, and they played Tom Brady, who is getting divorced on Sunday.
A lot of shit has happened, man. I feel like I got it was a great time for me to go to Austin, Texas, and fucking Dallas. Like, all this shit happened, and I was like, damn, bro. Can't do shit about it right now, but it's all good. Oh, I want to say one thing about that shit, too. You would hate fucking Austin, Texas, bro. You would hate that shit. No black people. There's not a fucking black person in sight. I saw one of my friends, because I saw that motherfucker on Instagram. I was like, oh, I forgot you live here. I hit him up. And I was like, how many black people live here, bro? I haven't seen a single one. I was there for like 5 days. Dude was like, bro, there's no one here. No blacks. I was like, damn. This is fucking ridiculous.
You know what else they don't have that they don't have in Austin, Terry?
What?
Home security systems. It's crazy. There's no ADT or Simply Safe. Everyone just leaves their doors unlocked and goes to the grocery store. It's like one big happy community, except for when South by Southwest rolls into town and you have to listen to all that shitty fucking white music for 3 weeks in a row. Fucking Hooba Stank is in town. Wow.
It's a cool place though. It is a cool place. I will say it's hot as fuck. I mean, because like when I left, it was 71 degrees here in North Carolina. When I got off the plane, it was 96 degrees in like the end of September. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, get me out of here, bro. Take me back home. Take me home. All right, baby, we back.
You lost 7 pounds of water weight, and now you're just a shadow. So congratulations, Terry. Where do we want to start? So much shit happened, man. Where should we start? Should we start with Tua, the wacky, wobbly, inflatable man in front of the car dealerships?
Yeah, let's touch on it. Let's talk to it for a second.
We saw him on Thursday Night Football like 10 days ago. He took a shot, got up, started walking the wrong. He looked like somebody who just like burst out of an avalanche. And he was like, I have no idea where directions are. I'm just trying to get out of this snow. and he was like walking to the wrong sideline. They're like, no, you're still on the field, and we're going that way. Like, it's third down. Somehow didn't get put in a concussion tent. They're like, He has a back injury and a foot injury. I don't know how that affected him not knowing where the fuck he is. And then 4 days later, they put him out there, it was Sunday Night Football, then Thursday Night Football. Yep. Thursday night, he goes out there, fucking, he got hurt on a play. I was like, you deserve to get hurt on this. Like, they blocked that shit good as fuck for him. He had all the time in the world to throw the ball. He saw the dude running at him, and he was like, nah, I'm just not going to throw this and try to truck this 350-pound defensive lineman. Dude wrapped him up like a goddamn pretzel and threw him on the ground. He banged his head, and then he did the fucking boxing shit where he was like, they call that fencing. The palsy. The palsy. Yeah. He got cerebral palsy for 2 minutes on the field. But it was a scary time, man, for everybody watching the game. He was down for like 10 minutes. Like, he couldn't fucking move and was locked up like that for 10 minutes. Yeah. And now there has been a whole shitstorm of a week in the NFL. They've already changed the concussion protocols since then. They fired the independent neurologist who was in charge of evaluating him. Who's at fault here? Is it the Dolphins? Is it Tua? Is it the NFL? Is it us as fans for just think about these guys as fucking Madden Ultimate Team player cards who are disposable, whose lives aren't out here on the line? Whose fault is it that Tua – they were saying that, like, there were doctors online before Thursday. They're like, if he plays, he could die. They're like, this is medical malpractice, and he could honestly lose his life if he gets another concussion. Then it happened. So who's to blame?
I think it's almost everybody, man. I mean, first of all, I'd like to say, like, congratulations on everybody trying to give another fuck, because you don't give a fuck about it when this happens. It happens, we talk about it for a day or two, and then we move on to the next fucking week. Y'all don't give a flying fuck. But we're going to talk about it for a second. First, you don't ever blame Tua, because, of course, he's going to try to get back into the game. Like, it doesn't matter. Every player, if they get hurt, they're still going to try to get back into the game. They don't give a fuck. Doctor,
can you tell fucking Sidney Portier or whoever's tap dancing in your goddamn background to chill out? Savion Glover over there? God damn.
It's the fucking dog, man. But yeah, man, look, the player is never at fault. Ever. Like, it's never the fucking player's fault. The doctors, definitely. Every single coach that didn't see that he was wobbling around and, like, didn't reevaluate his ass. Or actually, they said he cleared protocols to go back into the game. So that's what I heard for the Sunday.
Back and foot protocols? What protocols?
I have no idea, bro. I mean, like,
he never went in the tent. They're like,
I don't know.
They're like, hey, what's your middle name? Regina. All right, you're good to go. They're like, he's like, but coach, my foot hurts.
That's the weird part too, bro. It's like, in no other sport do you, like, you can have a concussion and then play the next week. Like, baseball, I think it's a 30-day. MMA, I believe, is like 30 days, which is like a fucking brutal ass sport, which is way more of a horrible sport than football. I don't see how you can, like, have a concussion and then play, like, right away. Like, when I was a kid, I had a concussion. I couldn't play for, I think it was 2 weeks I was supposed to be out. It was just a regular-ass concussion at school, nothing crazy. And, I mean, Tua, he's lucky as fuck, man. He's really lucky that he didn't die out there on the field, bro. And especially because it was definitely his fault. He should have either thrown the ball away or ran out. But, like, for them to put him in that situation, though.
First of all, that's how I knew he had a first concussion. Because anybody who wasn't concussed would see this 400-pound man running right at them and be like, let me throw this fucking thing away so I don't get pile driving, but it's refrigerator.
Yeah.
Not Tua. He was already in a concussion protocol in the middle of that play.
And that's the thing about concussions, too, though. Like, he did play good. He played well in the game after he came back on Sunday. But, like, you don't really feel it. When it first happens, you don't feel it as much. You feel it like on the later days, like the second day, the third day, the fourth day. So that's probably when
they were scheduled to play their next game, the fourth day.
I mean, without a doubt, if there's a question that you even got your bell rung, you shouldn't even be thinking about 3 days later playing in a fucking football game. Like, the NFL.
My question is, like, Dude, they say they have all these spotters at every game. Like at every NFL game, they have like 10 spotters in the crowd and on the sidelines. And their job is just to like watch every play and see if anyone's got their bell rung, if there's anybody who's wobbly, if there's anybody who needs to get looked at. Listen, man, if y'all aren't doing your jobs, fire everybody. You could pay me to watch NFL games. I'll do the shit. I'll be a great spotter. All right. There's a long list of people who would love to get paid to watch NFL games. All right. There's no excuse to have 10 people out there and all 10 of them miss something like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that's possible.
I don't know, bro. It's gotta be some independent investigation on the NFL itself, bro. Like,
well, the NFLPA is like filing one.
Yeah.
They've already like launched their investigation. They filed a grievance. They're like, there was malpractice and they didn't protect Tua. And I think everybody could see that. If you're the Dolphins, how long do you hold Tua out before he's cleared to play the next game? Is he done for the season? Is he just done?
It's got to be.
And
at
it's
least
like
30.
we'll take a look at it.
It's got to be at least 30 days, bro. Because if the MMA is doing 30, and I think the official shit that I read about MMA, it was like if you get KO'd is 45 days. If you get tapped out, it's 30 days before you can like even do contact. You know, before you can even practice and do shit like that. So it's like if that sport is doing 30 to 45, I'd follow the same shit. It's not like it's that indifferent. You're getting fucked up, like, you know, every play almost. Quarterback's a little different, but like you're getting your bell rung a lot on one day. Like imagine just one day you're just like, boom, bam, boom, spam for like 3 hours. And then, you know, you just go on with your day the next day. And then the next week you do the same shit. It's just like, you need a break, bro. You need a fucking break.
I think the Tua shit was like, in a way, it's worse than MMA. In MMA, you can't hit somebody in the back of the head, which is like right where he took that impact.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot with quarterbacks when they get sacked and then the back of their head will slam on the turf.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who's ever fallen off their bike or done that, like even on grass, like if you hit your head on fucking grass like that, that bitch hurts like hell.
Yeah.
And like you can't be out here in MMA punching people in the back of the head because that's how people die.
Yeah.
So maybe Tua needs to sit out even longer.
I don't know. I mean, like, because the ones I thought about was like, I think Sidney Crosby was out for like a year for a concussion.
I feel like it's got to be something like that because if you did the 30 days or the 45 days, like the MMA, that's for one concussion. He had got a concussion Sunday, then he got another one on Thursday. So
if the one on Sunday is confirmed.
Oh, come on, dude.
He got back out there.
Listen, man, you don't get cerebral palsy from like one hit. All right, that's an accumulation. That didn't happen overnight.
Hey, man, look, I don't know, but a lot of these Dolphins coaches and staff and all the doctors and shit, they need to either be fined, suspended, or fired. It's got to be one. Something's got to happen, bro. Because
I don't know. I don't think it's on the coaches because it's like if the doctors tell the coaches he's good, like what are you gonna do? Just be like, oh, I'll just play Teddy Bridgewater, even though Tua's fine.
Well, who was the one? Who was the one who told him to say it's a fucking back injury? You think he just was out there doing that by himself? Like, yeah, just say there's a back injury. Like he was just like, nah, it was just my back was hurting. Like,
you think the coaches told him to be like, hey, no, I didn't get hit in my head. Wow.
I think somebody
now we're going underneath the box score. This is what I really want to get into. Who do you think it would be? Would it be Mike McDaniel, the head coach? Who's like,
nah. He's way too swaggy for some shit like that. I don't think it's him.
It's like the special teams coordinator.
Somebody, bro. I don't think he just came up with that shit on his own. Just to go up to the fucking podium by yourself, fuck your whole career up, and just like, nah, my head didn't hurt, it's my back, and not be able to get that money from the NFL? Hell no, he ain't that dumb. I mean, he's not. He did get his bell rung, but I don't think he's that fucking stupid to just go up to the podium, press conference after the game, and be like, "Yeah, it was just a back injury, guys. You know, I was a little woozy. I wobbled down, but just the back though."
A little woozy from a back injury. I broke my back and played for another 2 months of soccer. Yeah, I didn't get woozy once. What the fuck are you talking about?
He said it pinched a nerve. I was like, "Bruh, stop."
I don't care. Motherfuckers gave me steroids for sciatica. I got fixed nerves too. All right. Never once did I forget my address or where I lived or which direction I was walking or any of that shit. So I don't buy it. I don't buy it with Tua.
Hey, man.
Another thing I didn't buy was Robert Sarver when all these allegations came out. You remember he put out these statements? I vehemently deny every single allegation. I'm going to launch this is nothing but libelous slander, and I have decades of doing the right thing and all these initiatives. And I was like, dude, come on, man. There's so many stories of people who recount you using the N-word when repeating things that other black players said.
Yeah.
In numerous examples, before you even get into like the sexual impropriety and the hostile work environment and all of the things that his employees could feasibly sue an NBA team for workplace harassment and discrimination. Now, it's been announced he's selling the team after statements from Chris Paul, the point guard of the Phoenix Suns, who said he thought Adam Silver's punishment fell short of what was necessary. And then LeBron, who also came out and was like, the league needs to do more. This can't happen. He needs to sell. Lo and behold, Robert Sarver is selling the Suns. And it's perfect timing because they just lost to a Lithuanian team in preseason. Their star re-signing DeAndre Ayton, who they selected over Luka Doncic, says he hasn't spoken to the head coach, Monty Williams, since the end of the playoffs when Monty Williams benched him and threw him under the bus publicly. So, Terry, let me ask you, what can Phoenix Suns fans expect this season?
Expect to see this season? Oh, as long as Sarver's gone, they're going to be balling. If he's still there, though, we've already seen it with Chris Paul once. Played like shit when his owner was supposed to be fired. And if he does it again, he's going to do it again. We saw this shit.
Chris Paul playing like shit in the playoffs have nothing to do with Robert Sarver. That has everything to do with Chris Paul being 6 foot and getting hurt every goddamn playoff.
Nah. I'm talking about with the Clippers. Do you remember when your boy, what was the dude's name?
Donald Sterling.
Yeah, Donald Sterling was supposed to get fired or whatever, and they had to play that game, and Chris Paul was like, I didn't know if I wanted to play. I didn't know if I wanted to sit out. You know, I was really conflicted on what I needed to do. Went out there and gave me a fucking stinker, and Steph Curry and them smacked their ass in that I think it was like game 6 or game 5 or some shit like that. But I remember
that was the turning point of the Clippers franchise and the Golden State franchise. That was like a tipping point in NBA history where we look at the Clippers with their big four and Jamal Crawford and JJ Redick and Blake Griffin and Andre Jordan. And who's going to be able to beat them? The running gun Warriors, who then became a dynasty. But continue. What a great inflection point.
I don't know. That's one. 2, I think that Adam Silver did the right thing. I think that because, like, technically he works for the owners. So in a way, by him just, like, giving them this bullshit-ass fine, in a way, he probably even talked to, like, LeBron and them. He was like, look, I can't fire this motherfucker. All I can do is, like, fine him $1 million. And then all of you guys need to get on social media and be like, this is a fucking outrage. I can't believe this guy isn't gone. He can't be in our fucking league. And that's what they all did. And then the sponsors started pulling out. And then once the money starts pulling out the stadium, Sarver was like, hey. I see the value of the fucking Suns right now. I'm about to sell this shit. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'll bow out gracefully, keep my name, and get the fuck out. Yeah. I think Adam Silver did a check
for $3 billion, and then I'll let this be someone else's problem.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, it wasn't really much that Adam Silver could do, but I think he did the best that he could do with the powers that he had. Honestly.
What did that old lady at the like public forum said about Robert Sarver? She said he's so stiff that he squeaks when he walks. That's like what this 9-year-old woman said about him.
Oh my God. Nah, I didn't hear that shit at all.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, it was when he was proposing that like the city of Phoenix pay for a new fucking arena for the Suns. And this 95-year-old woman got up there and just answered him. And she was like, your cheap ass, we could have had 2 championships if you had just paid to keep Sean Marion and didn't trade Joe Johnson. And you keep doing the tag to get under the luxury tax. And he fucked up the Boris D off season. And she's like, since then, she detailed all these moves that he made, like cutting costs instead of trying to win a championship. And she was like, and you expect us, the taxpaying people, to come up here and pick up your slack? Robert Sarver, you're so stiff. He's so tight. He was like, he's so tight with his money, he squeaks when he walks.
Oh my god, yo, that is fucking hilarious. Honestly, bro. But like, out of all the quotes he did, I think the one that was the funniest. Not even like the one that just. Like,
I know which one you're gonna pick. Go ahead.
God.
Go ahead.
The fucking oh my god, the one where he was talking about he needed Lindsey Hunter to coach the team or some shit.
Yep, I knew it.
Like it's the quote. He was like, "Hey, these niggas need a nigga to coach them." You know, he relates more to niggas, and I was just like dying, bro. I was like, "Yo." Hey, look, he ain't wrong. That's a fire-ass fucking line right there, man. Sarver is crazy as fuck. He knows what he was doing. He just thought he could get away with this shit, man. You can't.
And he's like, no. It was Lindsey Hunter saying the N-word. I was just repeating what he said. It doesn't work that way.
Shit, man. Ask Joe Rogan, bro. You can't just repeat shit, dog. Oh my god, that shit was so funny, bro.
Listen, I can't repeat the lyrics to "Bomb" in a movie theater. All right, I can't. There's certain shit you can't repeat in certain situations, and I think that's definitely one of them.
Shout out.
The other thing is like, I feel like Adam Silver, like you said, was put in a tough position here because he works for the owners. But not only that, the owners are in a tough position because they're like, if we like vote to fire you, now all of our own workplaces are going to be investigated. And any little thing that comes out that could have happened in our organization, I could be forced to sell this team.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, you know what? Let's keep the lights off for everybody. Okay? We don't need to see what's really going on in every situation. Robert Sarver, you take this year's suspension. We'll forget about you. We'll put some public pressure. But to the point of LeBron and Chris Paul and the players, if a white player on the Suns had done this, I mean, we already saw what happened to what's his name, the white boy in Miami who called out the Jews on Xbox Live.
Oh, Myers Leonard.
Yeah, Myers Leonard. Yeah. Never seen from again since that moment. All right, for using a Jewish racial slur on a video game. Could you imagine if he used the N-word?
I mean, a player's done, but a
player's done. So if a player would never have a second chance, why would we not hold the owner of the team to a higher standard than the people that he's paying, who he's signing their checks? Why would you suddenly, as the head of the organization, not have to set the example for all of your employees?
It's just the way all the leagues are set up, bro. Like, commissioners can only do but so much. I mean, the perfect scenario would be like if an owner really fucks up with his misconduct, you should be able to make him sell the team and even make him sell the shit at half the profit of what it should be. But I don't think it's possible. It's not legal. You know, motherfucker, it's just not legal. And it's not, no one's ever going to sign up to own a team when they know if they fuck up, they got to either sell it at half a profit or it's like, you don't even have control of your own team and that type of shit. I don't even know. Like, they're never going to restructure the league to be like, look, there's going to be someone on top of all of you guys. That's never going to happen. Then no one is going to buy a team. Why would I want to buy some shit?
They should restructure all of it. And they should be like, listen, if you don't make the playoffs in 10 years, you have to sell the team no matter what.
Hey, in an ideal world, that'd be dope. But like, you can't call yourself the owner if you're not the owner. Can't be anyone above me if I'm the owner of the team.
But wait a minute. In any workplace, even if you own a local Krispy Kreme, that doesn't give you the right to racially abuse and sexually harass your employees. You can't keep owning that Krispy Kreme and keep operating it.
No, of course not. But I'm just saying, these leagues, it doesn't matter. They're the fucking outright owners, and there's no one above them. The commissioner's not even above them. The commissioner works for them. Everyone works for them. They're on the top. 32 dudes. It's always dudes. It's a couple of girls, but NBA, I don't even think there's any girls. But in the NFL, there's like one.
I think there's no. Actually,
just a family. Oh, Lakers. My bad.
Yeah. Well, Jeannie Buss and New Orleans, they got another situation.
Yeah. But like, I mean, they're the owner of the team, and it's never going to be restructured any differently, bro. If they agree to do it, then good on y'all. But that's never going to fucking happen, bro. And I think he did. Like I said, Adam Silver did what he could do, and Sarver's gone. A little bit richer.
If I'm in the players union, you know, like we're ready to strike. Like I'm preparing all my players. You start saving right the fuck now. You start saving right now because at the next CBA, we're gonna be asking for Mount Olympus. Okay, I'm not coming back unless the owners agree to like a set of moral principles, like accords that are bound in writing. You violate these things, you're forced to sell. Like these are the 10 commandments of the NBA. And if you don't want to obey them, you can't be an owner. And if you don't want to obey them, then you know what? We'll talk to Kyrie and form the Afro Basketball League.
Hey, you know what? While you were talking about something unrealistic, I thought about something realistic. If me and you bought a team, we just go out to every girl and be like, look, just start leaking a bunch of shit because we're going to buy this team for $1 billion. They can't like slander our name. We sell that shit for $5 billion. That's the biggest flip I've ever seen in my fucking life. Are you shitting me? I would always do that. He bought the Suns for $401 million. He's selling the Phoenix Suns, who fucking sucked after Steve Nash left for a really long time. Yep. All of a sudden, they're good now. Chris Paul's 38. He's selling them for $4 billion, bro, or $3 billion. Are you kidding me?
My thing is like, yeah, why wouldn't you sell it anyway? You're getting old. Like, you're just going to, what are you going to do? You know what I mean?
I'm gone.
Just hold on to this team till you're 100 years old when you can't recognize any of the players anymore. Like,
are you kidding? Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, if you tell me I can buy some shit, say the N-word, sell it for double, you kidding me? I'm yelling them out. I'm going on the courtside each game like, hey, Trinidad James, you already know what the fuck's going on.
Where Robert Sarver fucked up is he should have bought a team in Charleston.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I heard a lot of that they were doing yelling the N-word and then selling things off for a higher profit. I heard there's a big practice down there.
Possibly. All right, let's switch gears for a second, though. So, like, Sarver was fucking up, but apparently your boy Ime Udoka was fucking up even more. But we don't really know exactly what transpired because no one wants to talk about it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I honestly DM'd a lot of fucking people to try to see what the fuck was going on. I swear to God, I DM'd KD. I DM'd like people who work for the Celtics. I DM'd a lot of motherfuckers. I was like,
did you DM Neil Long? Did you DM Neil Long?
I didn't DM her. There's no way she's right back. Anyways, that'd be dope. I should DM her ass.
Yeah, that's what you should have
disrespectful.
You're kind of cute too.
Oh, you're wild. Hey, first of all, though, if they're saying if he cheated with the one girl that they've been showing the pictures of, sorry, Nia.
It's not her. It's not her.
I know, yeah. That's why it was fucked up. Everybody was just like, it's got to be this joint. She's the finest joint that we've even seen on the Celtics fucking payroll staff. But it's not her.
Where people fucked up is they assumed it was like a coach.
Yeah,
Matt Barnes, he said on his podcast, he was like, this goes way higher. He's like, I'm not going to spill the tea. I can't. But he's like, this goes way, way high up.
Yeah, he was on.
Was he fucking Brad Stevens' wife?
I don't know. Yeah.
Who was he fucking? Who was he fucking?
Matt Barnes went on DJ Vlad. So, like, allegedly, and this one could make a lot of sense. I don't think Brad Stevens has a. He really has a wife, but apparently he fucked somebody in the finance department's like fiance or some shit. He did him dirty, and they had a nice little relationship too, consensual relationship, bro. Like both parties were like, "Yeah, fuck you, bro. Fuck the Celtics too." But what do you think about the suspension, though, dog? Like,
first of all, I heard it was not as consensual as you heard it. I heard that they were like,
so that's what they're saying now.
That she reported she actually reported like inappropriate remarks, and that he was like telling stories about like having sex and his dick and all other type of shit in front of other women, and they're like, "This, I'm not down for this." And there was like one bitch who was like, "What are we talking about?"
Bruh, how bad
does
it be though?
I think it's bad enough. I mean, it's the same thing we talked about Robert Sarver. If a player did this, he'd be out the league. He's supposed to be the leader of the team. the guy who all these men look up to, who's showing them the way. You can't act more irresponsibly than the 19-year-olds that you're supposed to be mentoring who are coming out of college, dude. Like,
here's my thing. If a player's dating a cheerleader, they get rid of the cheerleader.
You're not allowed to do that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll get rid of the cheerleader. The cheerleader's gone. Player's still there, though. He might get a fine. But they not suspending them 82 games. You know what I'm saying? That's not fucking happening. So it's got to be more than... Even if he fucked Stevens' wife, even if he fucked Brad Stevens' wife, that is not a year's suspension, especially for a consensual relationship. It's got to be way worse than he just dated one chick for a majority of the season, bro. It's got to be worse than that. So you got to give me some ideas, baby. Come on. I know you got something in your head.
It's not just that they had a consensual relationship. It's that there's an existing power imbalance when they started the relationship. You cannot, as somebody's superior, like, make sexual advances at them at the job. That's illegal.
Do you think Do you think it was just multiple women he was doing this?
It's been reported that, like, another woman said the stuff about the lewd stories and the comments that made her feel uncomfortable. And then there was apparently after they broke their this consensual relationship, and this often happens when you start a consensual relationship with somebody who's in power, is when things go sideways, the person who's not in power can't break things off, and they don't know how to end the relationship. For fear of retaliation, they may lose their job. So even if this started consensually, that's of no importance to me, because you can't be in a consenting relationship with somebody who holds power over you. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that we don't know how deep this rabbit hole goes, like Matt Barnes was saying. And if this is something that was like multiple women going on for a prolonged period of time, something that like maybe was institutionally supported by the Celtics, or like they covered his tracks or something like that.
I think that's what happened.
This could get really ugly really fast. And I think they suspended him to be like, let's just forget about this. Nobody look under the carpet. Okay. Nobody turn the lights on. Ain't no roaches in my house. All right.
Yeah.
And we'll just forget about this after a year. It's not going to work.
Oh, no. And then that's the thing. Like,
I don't think he's coming back. I think he's done.
He's got to be done. I mean, for you to get suspended for a year, like, it's got to be some foul ass shit. And plus, like, I used to work at Lowe's, right? So in that situation, if me and somebody underneath me, or if I was dating like the store manager or like a district manager or some shit, I would just move stores. They wouldn't fire anybody. They would just change your location. Like, for a whole year suspension, I'm telling you, bro, had to be wilding with multiple different people, bro. And they said it was during the season, and they said it was during the playoff run too. When they went to the fucking finals, bro, was wilding. They said they told him to stop, is what I heard. And I got a lot of people saying, like, Woj went out there and did the wrong thing and just said some shit. I think Woj did the right fucking thing. Because Woj was like, hey, I'm going to say this fucking publicly. Some shit is going down and somebody needs to say something. And everybody in Boston was like, shit.
Absolutely not. Wait a minute. I couldn't disagree with you more.
You
ESPN
think so?
and Woj, yes, Woj and Ime Udoka are both rep by the same agent. All right?
Ooh.
They both have, like, shared interest and are both aligned to protect each other. ESPN didn't even report on the Ime Udoka suspension until 9 hours after it was out on every other outlet, and everyone was talking about it. And then their headline that was on ESPN.com was assistant coach, whatever the fuck his name is, the Italian guy for the Celtics, ready to step into lead role after Udoka suspension. They made the whole story about the other guy becoming the head coach instead of Udoka and his mispropriety. And then they refused to cover it on air, like really sink their teeth in it for days after that. So,
I don't know.
Whereas like Shams going in, like Howard Beck, everyone else reporting around the NBA going in for hours. And yet ESPN
you're saying just on like live television. I get what you're saying on that one, but like I saw it on Twitter like days before, like almost a week before he had like announced the shit on Twitter or whatever the fuck. So that's why I was just like, what the fuck? So I started researching, and I was in the mud just like everybody else because they were putting these pictures out of these women. I was looking at Nia Long sideways, like, damn, Nia, these girls are kind of hot. I don't know what to do with this situation, but this is kind of fucked up. I was like, I can't believe it, bro. Ime is a wild man. He sounds like he's a monster, bro. It's unfortunate.
Dude, another fall from grace. And we love to see this, especially in America. We love to build people up till they're like Mount Rushmore type figures and then knock their fucking statues down to the ground.
Oh, yeah, they love doing that shit. Especially
we were already ready to crown Ime Udoka as the top 3 coach in the NBA and like a certain all-timer. And now,
but like, so say if it was somebody in the front office. I just got one question: is the coach, just because he's more public, is the front office a subordinate position to the coach? I feel like the front office is like almost even with them.
In the front office, it wasn't a person in the front office.
Oh, okay.
Also,
I don't know.
I think the power dynamic is like, first of all, the assistant GMs don't have firing capability for a coach. Like Landry Fields can't come out here and fire Nate McMillan. That has to be Travis Schlenk. All right.
Yeah.
So especially if you're like, the salary cap bitch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like your job is to make the numbers work, and you're going to tell the coach of the year no. Like, come on, man.
You're the spotter.
The guy that Brad Stevens like abdicated his position for to like pave the path, the holy man who's come in to save us for the next decade, and you're gonna say no to that guy as the salary cap bitch? No way.
I don't know, man. It's tough. Some stinky going on over there, some fishy. Yeah. I think a lot of people are gonna get fired after this shit, to be honest. Ime's fucked, but I think Boston, I don't know if they did the right thing, to be honest.
Hey,
so we'll see.
Danny Ainge with another amazing parachute out of trouble, dude. My man has a sixth sense like Bruce Willis. It's unbelievable.
Shit. It ain't no sixth sense. It was Danny Ainge's wife.
Is that why he moved to Utah, so he could get a couple more?
Oh, yeah. Gather them up. Hungry hippos.
He was like, Ime, you have her. I got 6 over here in Salt Lake. Yeah. I'll be fine.
Hungry Mormons. Hungry Mormons.
Right. Rudy Gobert said I could have his leftovers.
Jesus Christ. No, you can see that's why he traded everybody away. He was like, I don't need any of these guys fighting for my girls. Rudy's gone. Donovan Mitchell's gone. Jordan Clarkson's next.
Right. Hey, you better trade Lowry Marketing then, because he's coming for your ass. That's a good-looking big white man.
Hell yeah,
he'll clean up in Salt Lake. Lowry Marketing. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
but yeah, Ime Udoka fucked up, Terry. And I'll tell you who else fucked up. Barcelona. Yesterday, they lost 1-0 to Inter Milan in the Champions League. They also lost Andreas Christensen and Marcus Alonso to injury. They joined Dembele, Araujo, Koundé. Who else? So many people got hurt. There are 2 other people I'm not thinking of who have terrible injuries for Barcelona. And suddenly, not 45 days after betting on themselves, placing a $700 million bet on themselves to at least make like the last 8 of the Champions League, they appear to be on the precipice of getting knocked out and having their entire season be in the rearview mirror. Mm-hmm. Terry, what is your panic meter for Barcelona right now? Knowing that banks are going to come at the end of the season and ask to recoup a significant portion of this $1.5 billion they own. And if they don't make it out of the fucking group stage of the Champions League, I promise you they're not paying that back.
It's up there, bro. I think y'all should definitely be looking out, because losing to Inter Milan, like, y'all used to shit on Inter. Even with your shitty team, you used to fucking beat Inter Milan.
We did shit on them. We lost to the referee who disallowed a perfectly good goal and then did not grant us a handball in the box and a clear penalty.
Hey, man. We don't need all these excuses. We don't need these excuses.
Fucking lost the game. Inter had 3 shots all outside the box, and they went 1-0 with 30% possession. Hey, don't give me this. You guys can't beat Inter Milan. We would have beat Inter Milan if it wasn't for fake-ass VAR, all right?
Oh, man, excuses. Man, I've never heard this fall from grace. Like, I was waiting for it to come down and plateau, but they bet on themselves. And I hope they fucking fail. I want Barcelona to be the worst team I've ever seen in my life. And it's looking like my dreams are coming true because you guys look like shit. You lost a lot of players. Injuries are really going to fuck y'all up, though, because losing defenders is really going to fuck y'all up. Champions League ain't easy. We say that all the time. And I like that Javi tried to, like, throw this shot at Real Madrid saying that's not really, like, that big of a trophy. Like, we don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody's like, hold on, son. Don't be saying that shit now that you think you can't win it. He's trying to get ahead of the story. Like, nah, bro. Barca sucks. It's okay. Like, Champions League is not an easy thing to win. But that being said, you got to do something. Because if you don't win this shit, or at least get into a position to get some of this money back, y'all are going to be fucked like the Detroit Lions. Like, y'all are going to be set back hard, bro. And it's going to be really hard to come back from it, honestly. Even with Xavi as a coach and, like, all the other stuff. Your youth academy and everything, bro. It's going to be tough, dude.
Yeah, my panic level's at a 10, dude. I'm at a 10. I'm all the way. Like, whatever Death Con 5, like, I have the Dexter's Laboratory sirens going off in the background right now.
It's scary.
The amount of injuries, Lewandowski, Koundé, Araujo, Christensen, what's his name, Marcus Alonso. Then in the midfield, Frankie de Jong. Like, did I mention Dembele got hurt again? All on international duty, by the way. None of them playing for Barcelona. It's like
Dembele
suddenly
got hurt in the France game?
Yep.
Damn. France should know they shouldn't play him until the World Cup. Come on now. You know he's
Bro,
good. You don't need
after
to
all that
play
shit,
in other games.
4 people got like major month. Araujo's gonna miss the World Cup. Koundé may miss the World Cup. Like major injuries.
Yeah.
All in 1 hour. We had 4 of them on international duty. Brazil was scheduled to play at 4. These teams played at 1. We sent Brazil's coach an emergency fax pleading with him not to play Rafinha in the game. Saying, keep his ass on the bench, please, for the good of our season.
Hold on. Araujo was on the national team?
Are you serious? He started for Barcelona. You don't think he'd be selected to Uruguay?
Oh, he plays for Uruguay. I forget. I thought he was from Spain for some reason. My bad.
He'd start for Spain, dumbass. What?
I don't know. They might start some old motherfuckers before him. And he's black. No. Come on now. You know Spain don't play that shit. You got to be special. Hey. In related news, Iñaki Williams announced he switches allegiance to Ghana and will be representing them at the World Cup. I would too. How old is he now? 28, 27?
Yeah, at this point, just give up. Like, they hate black people.
It's fucked up, bro. He's so good, bro. Fucking Spain, man. Hey, I'm ashamed on you, bro, for liking Barcelona as much as you do. You know how they do. They're dirty fucks. Not Barca themselves, but the whole country of Spain.
I was like, Barca's like the only club that actually celebrates black players. We've had a lot of great black players over the years.
Nah, you shouldn't even watch the league. The league's done. We're done with the league.
Hey, I don't watch Zaragoza anymore. Okay? That's how I protest.
Yeah, man. Nah, I don't know. Who gives a fuck? Barca's done, bro. Y'all are fucking cooked. In La Liga, you're looking good, though.
Well, I tell you who's not cooked. Your boy's over your back shoulder on your chest right now. That man, Erling Haaland, what we tell you about that boy. I need to put on my Mark Jackson voice when I talk about him. Oh, mama. There go that man again. Terry, I got to look this up real quick.
What's up?
Here we go. Erling Haaland is currently 9 goals away from last season's Premier League Golden Boot. There are 30 games left.
Jesus fucking Christ. This dude's a beast. I tried to tell y'all when he was on Dortmund, bro. I said, look, dude's about to like break records and all this type of shit. Little did we know he was going to go to this fucking team. Manchester City. This fucking team. Manchester City. Are you shitting me? This dude, he's tailor-made to be on this team. All they needed was a striker like this. Aguero just kept getting hurt, so it was unfortunate we had to give him away. And then he was so heartbroken that he had a heart attack, literally. So it's like, it's unfortunate that we had to give Aguero away, but now we got this beast, bro. I saw a stat, actually, that fucked me up even more than that. Because he might score like 50 goals, which is crazy. He has the same amount of hat tricks, Premier League hat tricks, as Didier Drogba, as Jamie
in their career,
Vardy.
right?
In their fucking career, bro. Like Jamie Vardy, Drogba, I think it was like Hazard and some other motherfucker, whoever like scored crazy goals. I'm just like, this is insane.
Terry,
bro.
He's played 8 games. He's played 8 games.
It's scary, man.
It's you know what? That's the right word, because that's the other thing I wanted to ask you. It's like, I don't know if Haaland is the best player in the world right now, but I think he's the most terrifying. Like, when there's no player in the world who strikes more fear in my heart as an opposing fan than watching that Majin Buu fucking sunblocked up, ponytailed having motherfucker. He looked like a Targaryen. He right onto the field into a dragon is what he should do instead of come out of the tunnel. You know, Terry, I actually heard a great idea about Erling Haaland, because as we're extolling his virtues and calling him the most terrifying player in the world, we also have to deal with the fact that he's not going to be going to the World Cup because Scandinavia is fucking stupid and decided to have everybody have their individual nations instead of just making a goddamn super team like everyone else in the world. So I got to give credit to Mark Watson, who had this idea. He said Haaland should go to the World Cup, and every team is allowed to summon him once in a tournament for 30 minutes. He arrives by parachute and just comes right down in the middle of the field.
Jesus Christ. That'd be dope. That'd be dope as hell.
I say no parachute, come in on a dragon.
Do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you got to do. House of Dragons. Bring them back. It is sad that we're not going to see him. But with that being said, I don't even know if I'm going to watch the World Cup. You know, we had this discussion before, but it sucks he plays for Norway. It is what it is, you know? They fucking suck. I thought Norway had enough, but apparently they don't.
I'm telling you, dude, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, like, reclassify. Now, you still got time for the next World Cup.
It'll never happen.
You put Eriksson and all these guys together with Holland, you know, Isak with Sweden, Holland and Isak together. Oh, the mouthwater.
Well, you know what? You know what? Let me not say never, because depending on how this Russia-Ukraine war is going down, you might get Scandinavia back. Who the fuck knows? They need to combine.
Speaking of combining, Terry, Ukraine just announced today that they have combined to join Spain and Portugal's World Cup 2030 bid.
What?
Right. That was my reaction as well.
The fuck? That makes no sense. Like, first of all,
all right, you guys just lost the bid. How about that?
They're not even like close to each other. So, like, first of all, I'm not even rocking with this whole North America shit anyways. Just give it to America. Like, we don't need to have any fucking World Cup games in Mexico City. You trying to kill these motherfuckers? You know how fucked up that city is? You know how high the elevation is in that smog? Are you fucking crazy? And then Toronto? Fuck Toronto,
Mexico
man.
City Air.
Yeah.
That was Mexico City Air right there.
Smogged up. If you don't have us on YouTube, you wouldn't know shit about it. Pussies, audio listeners. Nah, I like y'all too. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, what are we even doing? I mean, you fucking killed 300 people to get a World Cup in Qatar. Now you're going to have us fucking have a Spain, Ukraine, and who was the other country?
Portugal, which is actually next to Spain, which makes total sense.
Yeah,
right?
Portugal makes sense. Who even knows if Ukraine is even going to be in Ukraine in 2030? That shit might be Russia. So you just, they're going in. So now I know Ukraine's winning the war now. Now we know it's over because the World Cup is going to be announced 2030 in Ukraine. And we're just going to be like, wait, what? I thought it was Russia. No. Now I know Ukraine's winning the war. Good shit.
No,
now I don't have to watch the news anymore.
They're not winning the war. I know exactly what's happening here. Ukraine is the clingy girlfriend. Fucking Portugal and Spain are trying to go on a boys' trip in 2030. And Ukraine is like, I decided that I'm going to come too. Isn't it going to be great? It's not going to fuck up the vibe at all or any of the stuff that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Let's go to a pottery place Thursday.
You're right. Let's make an itinerary. Nah, we don't need none of that shit. We're just going out. Fuck out of here.
Hey, I tell you what was on my itinerary for this week, Terry. 2 things for sure. Listening to Freddie Gibbs' new album. Have you given it a listen yet?
I haven't heard it yet. I haven't listened to it. I'm not a huge fan of him, though. I'm not a huge fan of him, only because, like, his music is great. It's fucking great. And it always sounds very similar. I'm not going to say it's the same. I will say it's similar. The bars are always great, but got to give me some different shit. Got to give me some originality, bro. You know, my favorite artist.
He's got a lot of different producers. Oh, no, you go ahead.
I was just about to say my favorite artist is Kid Cudi. And Dom Kennedy was one of my favorite artists, but his shit started sounding the same, so I fucking left his ass. You got to reinvent the wheel. My ears need different sounds. I don't know what to tell you. I love Freddie. I'm going to give it a listen, but yeah, he's like Currency to me. It's like if I was a huge Currency fan, I would never be disappointed with his music.
Yeah, it's like I love Currency.
Yeah, like I'm high as fuck. Currency's dope. He makes the same shit for 30 years, the same fucking shit.
Weed, cars, clothes, hoes.
Exactly. And what did Freddie Gibbs talk about in this one? My daughter is fire. I love her a lot. Fuck no. I'm poking up the crack, putting it in the pot. That's what he's talking about. And it's cool. But it's always the same shit.
He did a good job of blending the two together on this one. He actually has cool. He's got like one of the tracks I think is Grandma's Kitchen, where he's talking about a lot of that type of stuff and growing up and being a family man, and also, you know, taking the crack out the pot in Grandma's kitchen. So
mine, everyone, I heard not one single lyric from the album in Grandma's kitchen, and I'm talking about a pot. All right. That being said, I rest.
Listen, the motherfucker's from Gary, Indiana. Okay, I don't know what else you think he's gonna be out here talking about C-SPAN and the Dow is up. Like, come on, dude.
Nah, I don't know.
The production is fantastic, and they have like multiple big name producers on the shit. The sounds are varied. You know what I mean? Yeah. This sounds like the first like big production album, like studio production, not like The Alchemist, who had a couple tracks.
Yeah,
but it sounds like a big budget album, which like the first one from him, and it's fucking fire, dude. You need to check it out.
10 out of 10.
Not 10 out of 10, but 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. 8.5. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Another 8.5 out of 10, Terry. You mentioned your favorite rapper, Kid Cudi. He put out a movie with an accompanying album last week called Intergalactic. I watched it last night, dude.
I didn't watch the movie.
Let me put the disclaimer out there. All right. I fucking hate animated shit. Like, I refuse to watch it. Rick and Morty, whatever the fuck. Like, the only animated shit I'll watch is Sailor Moon. That's it. No anime, no Cowboy Bebop, no goddamn grown-up cartoons. None of that shit. I don't.
Mind you, with the caveat, Garrett did not grow up with TV, so he doesn't give a fuck about TV. That's all I'm gonna say. Continue.
Facts. Dude, the Kid Cudi shit is animated, but it's animated like a flip book almost. Like it's like moving drawings set to like. But they did a really good job like capturing these subtle human expressions where it's like you can look at this person's face and like tell exactly what they're thinking and how they're feeling, which is like really rare for an animated medium. I thought it was fantastic, dude.
Okay.
I did not expect to like it. Like, it was really well written. It got you invested in the characters. It was a bit predictable, but you didn't care. Like, you still wanted things to work out.
That's cool.
I was really surprised by how well I like it. And a tip of the hat to Kid Cudi, who said, like, I'm done. This is the last album I'll ever make. Last piece of music I'm put out. Yeah, he's like, I don't have it in me anymore. He's like, this is a wrap. This is how I'm going out. And it really, dude, it was like watching a hour-and-a-half long music video that was like set to a cohesive album. And it was really just a great experience. And I highly recommend anybody check it out.
Hey, man, shout out to him. He's not the first one to do like a movie with an album, though, but it is an interesting
he did it really well, though. And he got all types of motherfuckers you wouldn't expect to be in this movie. Timothy Chalamet or whatever, the motherfucker who was in Dune, plays his drug dealer.
He was in something with him though before. Yeah. And Chalamet said that Cudi's his favorite artist as well. So
so he's in there playing like a drug dealer, which is hilarious. Macaulay Culkin is in there, like playing some dude you want to. They have Ty Dolla Sign's his best friend. Like it is really well cast and well acted, well written, and the music, like, it works. The whole stuff. Like, they have the montages where the songs play and everything, and it doesn't feel like you're waiting or anything. Like, you're in it the whole time.
So
it was just something really different, and I want to give Kid Cudi props for always being different, always being himself, and I loved it.
Nah, he's always dope for doing some weird-ass shit. But do you think that you should listen to the album without it and with it, or just listen to it with the video?
I think you should watch the movie. Like, I think you should watch the movie. I listened to it without, but it's just, it's like almost like one of those joints where you'll see a song in concert and then you'll start listening to it more because of like how good it was in concert. And you'll remember like all that shit.
Yeah. So a lot of songs
it's
have to
just
have
like that.
Yeah. A lot of songs for people, like they have to have memories attached to them. You know what I'm saying? Or like moments in your life and shit. But this album was good. I'll give him that. I mean, because like the last one was actually decent too, but this one I think is probably one of the better ones he's had in the last, I'd say like 6 or 7 years. I mean, like there's songs in some of his albums.
I think it's the best since Indica.
Probably, yeah. I mean, like there's songs in some of his albums that are really good. Like even the demon slaying dragon shit or whatever, sex, demon slaying, blah, blah, blah. That joint's got some songs on it that are fire, but then there's some filler songs that are trash. Like, I feel like this one is pretty fucking good, bro. I gave him an 8. I was like, I got to give him an 8. I couldn't give him a 10. I went through all the albums and, like, gave him numbers.
I'll
like,
give you a 10 if you rap more. I love when Kid Cudi raps. He needs to rap more.
He went way melodic. He went way more melodic. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but he stopped rapping after after Man on the Moon 2. He didn't really like rap like that. It was like Indica was like fucking trippy as fuck, but he wasn't really rapping much on that shit. Like Man on the Moon, the first joint, I don't think he'll ever top that shit. That was a fucking movie that he should have made. Like that fucking album was nice. That was a 10 out of 10. Everyththing else, I don't think it's ever gonna like.
I still love the joint with Plain Pat. What was it? The kid from Cleveland.
Oh, that's a mixtape. Yeah. His mixtapes were fire. That was I can't pick on that one. He put one of his mixtapes is on Spotify, which is fucking fire. I can't remember which one it is though. But that one.
I hope it's that one. I might have to go back and re-listen to it.
I'll take a look. But no, that shit is. He's good, man. He's really good. I like the album a lot. It was good.
I'm tempted to give it a 10 just for one reason and one reason alone. Kid Cudi did something I didn't think anyone could accomplish.
What's that?
He got Andre 3 Stacks out of retirement.
Did
you hear the song? Yes. Dude, I lost my mind. I was watching the movie and I was like, wait a minute, is that fucking Andre? And I was like, no, there's no way. And T was like, yeah, that's Andre 3000. She was like, that's his voice, that's him. I was like, no. He hasn't put out a fucking song in 15 years. There's no way. She looked it up. She was like, no, it's not him. It's Andre Benjamin. I lost my mind. Terry, do you know what this means?
What?
One, Andre 3000 has rebranded as Andre Benjamin. Why would he do that?
I don't know.
New music coming. 2, he's back in the booth after saying that he forgot how to rap and not featuring on anyone's song since fucking Millionaire with Khalees or Party with Beyonce.
He was on a Cudi album like years ago. You remember that one joint? By Design. He was on he's on By Design. Whatever that song is By Design. The album was shit. I gotta look at his whole fucking discography to look at that shit.
I was like, how long ago was that shit?
It was the Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying album. By Design. Yep, Kid Cudi, Andre Benjamin, 2016.
Wow.
Good fucking song too.
Damn, maybe it doesn't mean that he's coming back. I got so excited. Terry.
Well, I'm sure he just likes Cudi, and I'm sure he likes the 2 other artists you said. I can't fucking remember who the fuck you just said, but I'm sure he likes them too. I just think he hops on people's shit that he thinks, because Andre 3000 is fucking different, bro. He was never someone that was like making regular shit. And when you think about it, Kid Cudi, when he was doing his mixtapes, he did a lot of Outkast beats that like Andre 3000, was kind of known for. Like he did that Focus Baby, blah blah blah. You know what I'm talking about? What song was that?
He did so many. He did like, I don't know, 10 songs that Andre had famous verses on.
He did a lot, yeah.
You could tell that he was clearly one of his major influencers, 100%.
Yeah. So I guess
And
I gotta
even
watch
how
the
he
movie.
raps, like, Andre, he raps without rhyming a lot of times too, and will just go down these fucking narrative paths and not rhyme to shit, and it'll just be like super avant-garde and artsy fartsy. And you could tell Kid Cudi definitely borrowed from a lot of that when making his music.
Nah, that's true. I guess I gotta watch the movie because he's not on like the track list for Spotify. So I guess
he's not.
Nah,
damn,
he's not on. Nah,
he's in one of them. He's in one of them. Yeah, he's got some decent bars too. I'm like, oh, thank God. All is bright in the world. The Falcons are on a 2-game winning streak, and Andre 3000 is back.
But Cudi dropped that album, and he dropped like 3 other solo singles with the shit too. Like he just did a lot of shit. Maybe he is done, but I've heard him say he's done before. Yeah, I heard him say he's done smoking weed. He got back on that shit too. So I don't know.
Well, I heard someone else said that they were done this week as well, Terry. Giselle Bundchen looked Tom Brady right in the face, and she said, Mortimer! It's like, she was like, I'm done. What was that Fonte said? He's like, I came off tour to an emptied house with all the cabinets and closets emptied out.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Brady, when he gets back from Atlanta this weekend, back to his home in Tampa Bay, he might find some empty cabinets, some empty closets.
Look,
how does this make you feel, man? Do you give a fuck? Are you sad for Tom Brady? Does this affect the Bucs season? Is Tom Brady gonna play for 10 more years now that he doesn't have to worry about his wife? I don't even know what to make of this.
I don't really know what to say. Like, I'm so confused. He's been doing this shit for how many years? Like 22? Like 23? How many seasons has he? He's played for so long. Like, I get the main thing for her was like he said he was going to retire. He retired for about 40 days, came back. And that's the big thing for her. She was like, you said you were done and it was supposed to be my time to shine, even though she's already rich as fuck. But she's like, this part of our marriage is about me and not you. Dude went right back into the league. So
the lie detector determined that was a lie. This part of our marriage is not about you. I'm the greatest of all time, and you're a fucking supermodel. Like, it's about me.
Nah. People know her way more than they know him. Swear to God. American football.
First of all,
American
that doesn't
football
matter.
American football.
That doesn't matter. There's no legacy on the line for Giselle Bundchen.
She's making more money than him.
First of all, that also doesn't matter.
What? Legacy?
First of all,
you only care about sports.
Wait, no. You expect me to give up like some of the only time that I can play football so you could be like a 47-year-old supermodel? Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
It's businesses. No. It's not about modeling. It's businesses. Her businesses make more than his do. And
that's
the thing
great.
Is,
so why do I need to retire? Go hire some motherfuckers.
No, listen. It's not only that. She's more famous than him, makes more money than him. He's only more popular than her in America. Everywhere else he goes, she's way more popular than him. Legacies, who gives a fuck? Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls, and you still have dumbasses in the media saying that he's a system quarterback and he's not even the best football player that ever lived. So at a certain point, it's like, how much shit can you do? If I was his wife after the 7th one and I heard any inkling of someone saying there's someone just as good as him, I'd be like, look, dog, you did it. You're one of the best that's ever did it. But no one's ever going to be like, yo, you're the undisputed GOAT. It's too much debate in sports. Give it up.
Or if you win 2 more. He wins 2 more.
Nobody cares.
Nobody's saying shit. Everybody cares, Terry. We're talking about the greatest. He could potentially. No, you listen to me. Tom Brady could potentially.
Tom Brady.
Everybody, we're doing a fucking sports podcast, Terry. The entire sports world cares about who's the best.
How many times have you talked about him?
He has a chance to be the best athlete that ever lived. He has a chance to be the greatest athlete ever. In the history of men and mankind, he has the chance to be the greatest athlete ever. And you expect me to give that up to help raise our children and run your fucking clothing line? Are you out of your skull?
Tom Brady looks like a fucking string bean now. He doesn't even look like a human being. He doesn't have a 6-pack. He looks like shit. He's never going to be the best of anything.
I'm glad you addressed that because that was the first red flag. I would have broke up with a bitch as soon as she was like, you need to have plastic surgery on your face because I don't like how you look. She was
She
like,
wilding on that one.
you need to change your face 14 times before I fuck you again. Get the hell out of my house, bitch. Are you kidding me? I'm not getting plastic surgery. I'm the greatest athlete who ever lived. You don't think I can find another bitch?
He's not. What did I say after the Tampa Bay Bucks played the Kansas City Chiefs in that Super Bowl? Do you remember what I said? Do you remember? I'm asking you. You do not remember.
That Pat Mahomes sound like Kermit? What? What'd you say?
I said Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback I've ever seen. And I don't even, there's nothing that Tom Brady can do about that shit. Like, dude was throwing the shit fucking horizontal to the ground to receivers' hands, and they were dropping the shit. I love Tom Brady with all my fucking heart. I do. I think he's the best football player ever. There's no debate about it. But the shit that I saw that day was just some shit that Brady can't do. I've seen Brady just look like a fucking human.
Right.
I've seen Patrick Mahomes look like a fucking alien, bro.
But what's the difference between best and greatest?
If he won 20 straight Super Bowls, what are we doing? Are we even having sports debates anymore? The dude won a lot. How much more can you win? No one else is going to catch him, bro. I get it.
Dude, he's still playing at a high level. He can cement it. The Bucks have the third best offense in the league, Terry. What the fuck are you talking about?
The NFC sucks. They played shit teams. Right.
So they have an easy path to the Super Bowl, which is where he's trying to get to.
It's over, bro. You're 45, bro. It's done. It's not over. Stop.
I'll tell you what.
Winning Super Bowl.
If this divorce goes through, he's going to be playing till 50.
Listen to me. I'm on your team. I'm on your team with this one. I'm not saying that Brady isn't the best that ever did it. I'm just saying I don't care anymore. You did it. Move the fuck on. You're 45 years old. I don't care. He doesn't do anything spectacular anymore, bro.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of people who are like, it's just such a shame that Michael Jordan had to tarnish his legacy by going to the Wizards. Oh, it was just so terrible that we had to watch Michael Jordan on the Wizards.
I ain't never said that.
I loved watching Michael Jordan on the Wizards. I learned all my post moves from watching Michael Jordan on the Wizards. He's the greatest post player I've ever seen in my life. Michael Jordan on the Wizards. All right?
It was dope. I agree with you.
Was it at that point? A lot of people were like, "You're done. You did it, Mike. You won 6 finals in a row. You're the greatest player who ever lived. Just stop now. There's no reason to go play for the Wizards." And that's what people like you were saying to Tom Brady. But things change like that, Terry. And Pat Mahomes has a long career left ahead of him. And if he gets 5 or 6 Super Bowls doing things the way he's done, suddenly Tom Brady is not unassailably the GOAT. He has a chance right now to put himself way beyond even a conversation level. To make it to the point where it's like, if you're talking about anyone other than Tom Brady as a GOAT, you need to get your mic canceled. They need to unsubscribe from your podcast, and you need to be fired from your day job.
This is like an argument between Stephen A. Smith and Michael Irvin. It's like Stephen A. Smith is saying, yes!
I'm Michael Irvin. I'm Michael Irvin.
And Michael Irvin saying, no, yes! Like, I agree with you. But the one thing I'm saying is, his style of play, it is what it is. I love him on Tampa Bay. The shit was dope. This is his 3rd season. You won a fucking Super Bowl. We think you're better than Belichick. We thought coaching doesn't matter now. You changed a lot of shit. With that being said, give it the fuck up. You retired, bruh. Stop it. I'm done with this guy. I love him. But if Mahomes wins 4 Super Bowls, motherfuckers are going to say he's better.
I'm with
Brady,
you, Terry.
We know you're good.
Give it the fuck up. Get rid of the bitch. All right? You still got 5 years left. You still got 5 years left. This is coming from a Falcons fan. All right? I'd love to see Tom Brady retire tomorrow and work on his marriage so we could win the NFC South. Okay? I'd love to see that. But as a fan of the game, as a fan of somebody, as a spectator, this story is so much more interesting if Tom Brady sticks a middle finger up to everybody, including his own family, and is like, no, don't talk to me about the cliff. Don't talk to me about retiring. Don't talk to me about that you need to come home and help the kids with their math problems. I'm Tom motherfucking Patrick Brady. Okay? I ain't going nowhere.
I just find it hard to believe that someone who kissed their 12-year-old son in the mouth isn't a family man. Like, why isn't he going home to his kids? I don't know.
I'll tell you exactly why. Anyone who does that is like, you never see your kids. You wouldn't be making out with your tongue with your kids if you saw them every day. He was overcompensated way hard. He's
Hey, look.
Listen, he was falling asleep on the road. All right. He started drifting. He hit the rumble slips and he was like, overcorrection. Get over here.
Bro. Tell me this. And don't lie to me. Don't do this content shit. Don't do it. Give me an honest fucking answer. When is the last time that you were like, damn, that was an amazing play by Tom Brady?
I think that's the beauty of Tom Brady is that.
Okay, exactly.
Hold on. That is what makes Tom Brady the best. Is that I don't think I've ever been like, what an amazing play by Tom Brady. Like, what a superior display of athleticism, precision, and intelligence. I don't think I've ever said that. He just does the simple things right over and over and over again. And he's more prepared than everybody else, and he's more competitive than everybody else, and he holds his teammates more accountable than everybody else. And he just does the right thing simply. Then he does the right thing simply. Then he does the right thing simply. And so he doesn't need to throw it between his legs submarine style on the goal line after he spins like Patrick Mahomes does. All he needs to do, two-step drop, ball out. Two-step drop, ball out. Two-step drop, ball out. Guess what? Now we're on the 3-yard line against the Falcons in the Super Bowl. That's how he does it.
Sorry, bro. You're wrong. And you know you're wrong. It's over. Like, we're never going to see him as the GOAT, bro. It's like Mahomes and them are going to come in and do some different shit. If Cam Newton
Which is why he needs to continue playing. Because these young guns ain't nothing to be trifled with. And if you really want to put some distance between yourself and these young bucks, how do you do it? Beat them head to head. And that's why 20 years ago when we talk about this, we'll go, what do you mean Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady? Tom Brady waxed his ass 3 times when he was in his 40s, and Pat Mahomes is in his prime.
No, it's over, bro. Like, the style of play that Brady does, it's just not exciting. You just said it yourself, all right? You just said it yourself. Now,
it never was exciting, though. It never was exciting. Is it effective?
I don't care. He's going to get overtaken. Like, it's going to happen, bro.
Spoke like a true Browns fan. Or Bears fan. Excuse me.
Look. The reign is over. There's black quarterbacks at Alabama. It's done. Whoever comes in the flashiest, if Lamar Jackson wins 3 Super Bowls, you know your damn self is going to say that that's the best quarterback I've ever seen in my fucking life. I don't want to hear this shit. If Tom Brady wins 2 more bowls, it doesn't matter. Dude lost to Eli Manning and Nick Foles. All right? Okay. Mahomes so far in his career has just lost to Brady. If he keeps that up, he's goated, bro. There's nothing Tom Brady can do about that, bro. Style of play is just nothing he can do about it. It is what it is. He's cemented. Is he not? His legacy is cemented. Is it not? Is it not?
Nothing cemented, bro. Nothing is cemented.
All right. Well, everything's fluid.
I bet whoever fucking held Lou Gehrig or whatever, who Aaron Judge just broke his record. I bet he thought that was cemented.
Lou Gehrig's disease. Fucking Roger Maris, bro.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Roger Maris. I bet he thought that shit was cemented.
Man, if Roger Maris saw Aaron Judge in a baseball field, first he called him the N-word. Yeah.
Hey, that's why I love you, Terry.
Second is like, all right, I'm out. He'd retire. Aaron Judge is 6'7", 280. These guys are just better, bro. It is what it is. Tom Brady can win 9 Super Bowls. It doesn't matter. I need flash. Everybody needs a little bit of flash. Everybody needs some salt. Tom Brady married a Brazilian. He didn't marry some bitch from Florida. Did he not? Fuck out of here, bro. He needs spice in his life, too. Ain't nobody trying to watch that pocket shit. That's just dumb.
He about to be not married at all. It's about to be Tom Brady time. I don't have to sacrifice with nobody. Fuck them kids. Crazy. Fuck my wife. I am focused on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you said the reign is over. I'll say, in the words of my man Shaquille O'Neal, you can't stop the rain when it starts to fall. In the daytime, you couldn't see me with a flashlight.
The rain never left, man. The rain fucking never left. All right, y'all. That's it.
I don't know why I can't stop the rain.
That's it, buddy. Anything else we want to talk about? Any other topics? I think we hit them all.
Listen, man, we don't need to talk about Ben Simmons making a jumper in an NBA game.
Fuck Ben Simmons. I'm so sick of him.
We've all seen a triple rainbow before. We know amazing things can happen once every 3 years.
Nets win the championship. Bet on that. Bet on that. That's huge upside.
Last one. You want to talk LaMelo Ball?
You think he's actually going to get traded, bro?
I texted Terry this before the show. I was like, this season, are we on LaMelo Ball trade watch? I'm looking through the rosters. You know, the NBA season's starting to happen. I'm going through 2K. I'm looking at who's good, who's not, who's going to make the playoffs, who's going to make the play-in. Terry, in the Eastern Conference, you got the Bucks, the Celtics, the Sixers, the Raptors, the Heat. There's a 6-team on. Oh, the Nets. Those are the playoff teams. Those are the 6 guaranteed playoff teams. You also have Cleveland, who have 4 All-Stars and traded for Donovan Mitchell. Atlanta, who traded for Dejounte Murray. The Orlando Magic, who figure to be much better this year, who have a ton of good complementary parts and just need the 1-star in Moncaro. And then you go to even Detroit. Even Detroit is going to be good with Ivy and with an old dude who they picked number 1 before. And Jalen Duren, the Knicks, I think will have a resurgent season under Tom Thibodeau. I think the Knicks defense is going to be back. Suddenly, it's like you're looking around the NBA, and the Hornets seem like one bad thing away from being the worst team in the league.
Come on, spit it out.
You look at this roster, Terry. Gordon Hayward is already hurt. Miles Bridges has been arrested and is no longer in the NBA. The second best player playing for them is likely to be P.J. Washington or Mason Plumlee, depending on who you think is better.
Or LiAngelo Ball.
If he makes the roster. What makes you think LaMelo Ball would want to stick around in Charlotte and sign a contract extension after seeing that? I think we're on serious LaMelo Ball watch this season.
I think you're headed in the right direction.
A trade.
I think you're headed in the right direction. Does anybody give a fuck? Probably not. But I think
Michael Jordan does.
He's not giving him away. That's the thing that you need to know. Michael Jordan is not going to trade him. That's not fucking happening. Michael Jordan bought the Charlotte Bobcats for $150 million. Just let that sink in. That was probably one of the cheapest buys that's ever been recorded in NBA history, bro. Like, dude wasn't even a billionaire at that point, and he was like, man, fuck it. Let me buy these guys. They suck. I'll take them. That guy's not giving up his golden ticket. He has drafted bums for about 10 years in a row. He finally got himself a generational talent. He's not about to give him away.
And what'd he do to surround this generational talent and put him in a place to succeed?
Miles Bridges, bro. You got to blame him.
Hired James Borrego, and then said we'll run with Terry Rozier and LaMelo Ball as our backcourt. Don't worry, we'll share up our wings with Kelly Oubre. Our center is going to be Mason Plumlee. And then we're going to fire our coach and not hire a new coach until after the draft. And then have Mike D'Antoni reject our offer. And then we'll rehire the same guy that we fired 4 years ago.
Hey,
and you thought this is the plan to get LaMelo Ball to stick around? The guy who had a Facebook show before he was in the NBA, whose brother has his own sneaker line? We talked about this before with Zion. I was like, before all the injuries and shit, I was like, could he be the first superstar to sign a qualifying offer and turn down a rookie extension and say, you know what, I'm good. I'll play for 1 year on $5 million, and then I'll get the bag next year. I could see LaMelo Ball doing that. He's got the supplemental money from the Big Baller brand. He's got the TV show. He's got the signature line and the signature shoes. What the fuck is he doing at Charlotte?
I don't know, bro. You could be right. You could be right. I find it hard to believe that Jordan's going to trade him.
Hey, every single NBA season, there's at least one disgruntled star who demands a trade that we didn't see coming. There's at least one every single season. My bet is for this season, it's LaMelo Ball. Go ahead and buy your Hornets tickets now because it's going to be the last time you get to see this young man.
Let me watch the first 3 games and then I can evaluate it because I got to see how they play, bro. Because he makes people better, bro. He does. So maybe he got this shitty ass team and he might be able to do something with him, bro. Like we didn't think they were going to do anything before, but as soon as he got there, they started playing a lot better. So I don't know, man.
Wait a minute. You got to look at the roster. You got to look at this roster, bro.
I can't. I'm
Jalen Sims,
I'm
Jalen
done.
Crutcher, Bryce McGowens, Anthony DeRougie, Isaiah Whaley. Stop me when you've heard of any of these guys. All right? Jesus Christ. Nick Richards. Wow, Dennis Smith Jr. is back in the league.
Hey, J. Cole. Bring J. Cole.
JT Thor, Kai Jones. Like, now we're going to get to the stars of the team. All right? PJ Washington, Mason Plumlee, Gordon Hayward, Kelly Oubre, and Jalen McDaniels, and Terry Rozier.
Damn.
This is the worst team in the NBA, dude. This is the worst team in the league.
We'll see, man. I think he's got enough talent to get them to like 35 wins.
Or Terry, is being the worst team in the league the only way that you can get LaMelo to stick around because Victor Wembanyama is arriving from France this summer to whoever gets the number 1 pick.
That might be crazy. Shout out to Miles Bridges. Good shit, Miles, you dumbass. I don't know, bro. You might be right, but I think he'll stay. He's pretty loyal, dude. I think he'll stay, bro. He's loyal as fuck. All those guys are really loyal, like all of them.
I'll be very interested to watch the Hornets this season. I don't mean watch their on-court basketball product. I won't be watching any of that. But I'll be interested to see to watch them implode and to see what happens there because I think it's a powder keg and this shit is going to blow in Charlotte.
All right, so Friday.
What are they expecting? Like, if you're a Hornets fan, what are you expecting? Like, what do you think is going to happen this year? We're going to make the play-in tournament?
What do you mean?
Going to get waxed by the Hawks again? Like, come on.
A Hornets fan? Like, all of Charlotte sucks. All their teams are absolute shit. FC's garbage, and they still might make the fucking MLS playoffs, which is fucking hilarious. The Charlotte Panthers are horrible. Got one of the worst coaches in the NFL. Should have been fired before the season even fucking started. And the Hornets lost all their fucking star players. And PJ Washington is a simp who dated fucking Brittany Renner. And your best player is LaMelo Ball, who got his brother on the team. He's been trying to get his brother on the team for years. And now this year they finally signed him because they looked at their roster like, holy fucking shit, we suck. We need to keep him happy. You know, we got to get his brother on the squad.
They're like, is he really any worse than Jalen Sims, Jalen Crutcher, or Bryce McGowens, Anthony DeRougie, or Isaiah Whaley? I don't think so. I think LiAngelo Ball might be worth a shot over those guys.
I think it's telling to see how many minutes he gets as to whether Charlotte is trying to win or Charlotte is trying to lose. Whether he plays a lot. That's going to be something to look at, bro.
Listen, they better not be trying to win. Charlotte, pack it in. All right? You need to trade everyone on the team who has value. Maybe you could trade Terry Rozier to a playoff team. Maybe you could trade Jalen McDaniels to a playoff team. No one's going to take Gordon Hayward. That's a terrible fucking contract.
But what are they doing with all that Miles Bridges money, though? Can they get that back? Or what
he was a free agent. So they could have gone. Yeah. They could have gone over the cap to re-sign him. Yeah, I know. He cost himself $120 million at least.
Bruh, this is why I'm not a fan of any Charlotte team. I rep y'all because you are in the state in which I live. But I'm not close to there because I don't give a flying fuck. Y'all have always sucked. Every time. And there's barely 1 million people there. So we're getting looked at as a small market or whatever the fuck. Even though it's a big-ass city. And you always suck at everything, bro. You just good one season you can be good. And then you're shit for 5. I can't be 1-5. I'm not rooting for that shit. Especially when you came in the 90s when we were already born. Like, I can't do it, bro.
Terry, I wrote an article a year ago. I said, don't look now, but the Hornets are fun again.
Yeah, so
that lasted approximately 4.5 months.
It's over, man. Hey, honestly, though, bro, like, if we didn't get Charlotte FC, it was a possibility that both of the fucking teams could have got sold to another city. Like, I think that we're glad that we got that team to kind of like make Charlotte a conglomerate of teams to stay in the city because They suck, bro. And it's an inaugural season for the MLS teams. I get it, but these other two motherfuckers have been here for a little bit. They need to get it together, bro. Something's in the water down there, and I don't like the way it tastes.
Maybe Michael Jordan needs to get divorced like Tom Brady so he can get some fire in his belly again. I don't know.
He just needs to separate himself from the team. Like, stop being so hands-on. You ain't Jerry Jones, motherfucker.
You need to start giving out autographs to boys. That's what you need to do. Well, guys, this has been another fantastic episode of the HLS Pod. We will be back Friday with another episode recapping Thursday Night Football.
NFL, baby.
Previewing this weekend slate of games. Maybe talking a little bit NBA, possibly, if something pops off. Never know.
Season starts on the 15th. 10 days.
Woo!
Over tonight.
We're going to have our season preview next week then.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby. I'm excited.
Sir.
All right,
That's
guys.
it, man. That's it. We out of here. Peace. North Carolina, continue to stand up. Charlotte, suck a fat, humongous.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.